Yeah, I know what type of time I'm on when I step in the scene, man. Had them bottles ready, had them sparkles ready. It's gonna be a good night. Last time around, it was different. Somebody tell them pay attention, nigga.
Yep. Welcome to this brand new episode of another City Period podcast. Your boy John, my co-host Evan. We got a special guest in the building, 6 man. If you don't
No,
know,
well,
he's a prominent guest on our other show on the C2 network, the Out of Shape All Stars, 6 man. But my guy Decap is joining us for today's episode.
Drop it like a low, well.
Let's start off with the controversial shit. NYC, man. It's crazy. I was working that morning. I got that alert on the Citizens app. And then when all the details came out, I was like, holy, what the hell is going on? But for those who don't know, I'm pretty sure it's been the most thing on the news this past like week.
Luigi, man.
Yep, Luigi, United Health Group CEO was shot and killed outside of his hotel. Well, not his hotel. The hotel they was hosting the meeting. They was all supposed to meet up at by a lone gunman who was later to be, captured. Says he's working by himself. Apparently, he has the Ivy League background and all this other stuff. So apparently, he got screws in his back. So I don't know what they're saying. I guess they're trying to put that out there as one of the reasons why he felt away towards the health insurance group, but he's been captured with weapons. I just seen today they announced that his fingerprints matched evidence at the scene. So
I mean, of
it
course
looks clear cut. I'll say it looks clear cut. If you believe he was working by himself, some people may not think he was working by himself because like then you get into like how did he know when to show up and how you don't get the locations. There's outside theories, but for the most part, it looks clear cut.
Yeah, he was smart.
Did it? And
yeah, he was an educated nigga. Like you got an educated, angry white man. Yeah, they gonna get that information. Yeah, he did his research. He found out what was going on. And again, you don't have to know exactly, but if you research United Healthcare or the person in charge, you can find out about meetings and things of that nature taking place in the fucking.
I'm pretty sure
fucking city.
Promoting the meeting that they were having.
Yeah, and so you find out about that shit. You like, okay, I'm gonna link up now. A lot of people allegedly that this on some V for Vendetta shit because like allegedly a family member of his was paying their insurance like most people do faithfully, and then when it came time to actually need service and need assistance that they didn't qualify, their insurance didn't cover whatever the surgery was needed and shit.
My question, y'all, was Dev, he's a hero or villain in your eyes?
To me, it's a martyr. Like,
so you think he's a hero?
Hey, in a way, he is because again,
it's John. So you is he a hero or villain?
I don't know.
So, cause look, John, I look at it like, I look at my situation, right? Mm-hmm. I pay a lot of money for insurance for me, my wife, and my son. Like, they tax the fuck out of me in New York City for health insurance for me, my wife, and my son. Almost 400 plus every 2 weeks in insurance that I'm paying. Faithfully, the shit comes out every time I get paid before I even see the shit. Now, God forbid we come in a situation where me, myself, my wife my son needs some type of surgery. And for me to be paying my co-pays, paying all the little shit I'm supposed to pay. And then when it comes time to actually need the services that I'm actually paying for, because again, all the stuff we pay for is in case, right? We pay for insurance for just in case. Mm-hmm. We're not actively using it every day, but we have it just in case
something happens.
So we pay all these high dividends, high co-pays, all this shit we pay into the insurance, and then something happens where you actually need it because it's like, yo, I've been paying my insurance faithfully, paying my co-pays, paying all this shit, my dividends, all this shit I'm paying into this, and now y'all can't do shit for me. I can see that making a motherfucker wanna send some shit up. So I don't justify what he did, but I can understand it.
Yeah, that's understandable. The reasons why behind, like, these corporations be screwing the regular people,
making billions of dollars, billion-dollar companies, and I'm pretty sure the guy, unfortunately, lost his life, and therefore there is a family out here without, with a lost loved one, and condolences to them. But sometimes you have to make a stand.
Do you think that it'd be the same coverage if this was Jamal Johnson?
If he's in the same position, yeah.
I think depending on the position, it would be because of United Healthcare being such
how big and prominent it is.
Yeah, how prominent it is, and the position. I think it would be a big story. Of course, white people gonna get more coverage anyway, but I think because of his position, whether he was white, Asian.
I'm not talking about the coverage. I'm talking about the positive coverage.
What happened? You said the what?
The positive coverage.
Oh, for the killer, for Luigi.
Yeah, if his name was not Luigi, his name
was okay.
Jamal.
So
I think he probably, if it was somebody else, it probably garnered the same traffic on social media. But if you're talking about like the regular, like the news cycles and stuff like that,
they would cover it. They would cover it. No, that's a fact. They wouldn't cover it the same way.
Different. I don't
social
think
media.
He comes from a rich family.
Yeah,
Ivy League background and stuff like that.
Because again, in that same vein, if it was a young black man come from Ivy League or what all that, I don't think we would see all of that. We won't see that he was educated. We won't see that part of him. Like they wouldn't try to humanize. Yeah, they wouldn't humanize him the way they doing Luigi. That's a fact.
What, his valedictorian speech?
Valedictorian, all this and shit, graduate. Like they wouldn't humanize him the way they doing Luigi. And again, we know that media coverage would be the same. I think social media will still have that same.
We were kind of young, but did y'all ever watch like the background on the DC snipers and stuff like that?
Not really. I've seen docs.
I've seen things over the years,
but I can't really say nothing I remember.
I think the older one was like he was military, but the young one was like his.
It was like his protege.
Mm-hmm. Basically, so he.
But you knew what his background was and what he was doing it for, Johnny?
I legit don't remember. I know he had.
I can't recall.
I legit don't remember. I've watched different documentaries over the years and stuff about that. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't remember. I know I've seen something about it. I just can't remember what it was. But do you remember what his cause was?
I remember like as I got older, seeing things about it. But
I'm pretty sure if I watch it now, like the way that again, and that was a black man, like the way if I watch that
when he testified in court, he mentioned something.
But I'm saying if I was to watch that now, then I also because again, when the DC sniper shit happened, I was a kid, so you look at it like this was a terrorist and all this and shit. I'm pretty sure the same way I'm looking at Luigi. If I watch that shit, I'm like, okay, makes sense to me. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think we're especially at our age in our mid-30s and shit, we're like middle of the pack where we like, and there's so many forms of media where you can now find information for yourself and get your own depiction of certain stories and shit. I think with the Luigi thing, it's because we don't solely depend on mass media to paint the image to us that we can also do our own research on people and shit. And yes, I do agree that Luigi, if he was black, he would be more villainized. But I'm just saying in regards to the way we now communicate through social media and shit, I just feel like, of course, the rednecks, the whites, gonna still do what they do. But for the most part, the consensus of I would say liberal and young Americans that's in our especially age bracket, the support will probably still be the same.
Or I agree with that. I'm talking about not our age group. I'm talking about the others.
Yeah. The others gonna still be the others, man.
And I just looked it up quick. The DC sniper, he was trying to kill his ex-wife because she took his kids from him.
That was like the main goal.
What he did was he tried to kill his ex-wife for taking his kids, but he also tried to do other random killings to make it look like it was a random act.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna kill a bunch of niggas around it, but my main goal is to kill this motherfucker.
So when he does it, it's like, oh shit, she was just a part of the wave.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't like, that nigga killed his wife. That nigga wanted to kill her, so it's not directly targeting her. It's like, I'm gonna buy a few people and kill a nigga first and then shoot her.
Yeah, I brought that up because it was like, when that happened, I remember it being like, this is a terrorist attack,
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was like, he had a specific goal. He wasn't trying to just kill a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And I feel like they do that all the time. Like, but whatever. That's not what my point was.
And again, even with that situation, like, you trying to kill your wife. Now, your ex-wife will take your kids. Depending on his situation, his story,
it could be understandable.
It could be something that a lot of people might have felt.
Yeah, related to,
like, whereas I'm empathetic to your situation because now I look at my life and my situation, or somebody that's close to me who might be going through something similar. Whereas, I don't agree with you doing the way you went about it, but I understand how something like that can make you get to that point. And so, like with Luigi and shit, like I said, me being a taxpayer, me being somebody who pay mad money in fucking insurance. I get infusions and shit for my MS. If the motherfuckers was to ever tell me my shit not covered, it's like, what the fuck you mean it's not covered?
Okay, but this my only knock on it. If every one of your packages from Amazon got stolen,
can
you go and try to murder Jeff Bezos?
Mm-hmm.
Or is he just
he's just
head of?
I'm saying he's just a face. He runs the company, but that's somewhat
just like the dude from United
blame him for somebody stealing your packages.
But that's my point. Is
no, but that's not. That's not.
When killed the face of you went and killed the head of United Healthcare. He didn't deny your parent or you from getting that coverage.
He hasn't been running it this whole time, so no, it's just his turn.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that's the opposite end of it. Then the other part of it.
Yeah, but I'm blaming the niggas in my hood for stealing my package. I ain't blaming
but that's my point.
For that.
No, but again, he goes to his local place and he gets denied for his health insurance. It's
not the head person that did it.
Yeah,
They were saying that he sold a bunch of his shares of the stock a couple months ago when he knew that the price was gonna drop or whatever. Yeah. But even then, like, that's just business.
But he also has
they all do it.
Who's in his back too, right? That's what he was dealing with. He was dealing like.
Yeah, I get what Cap said. Like,
I'm not talking about the shooter guy. I'm talking about the United Healthcare guy.
The United Health guy didn't personally deny. He wasn't looking at your family claim and say, "Nah, deny that shit."
Exactly.
That's what Cap is saying. This person didn't deny your claim.
Yeah, he wasn't.
So you go back to that claim, find out who the fuck that was. All right, what's your ID and name?
Because listen, if I did the same thing, I don't think I'd get the same justification. I think they would say, "Are you stupid?"
Yeah,
he had nothing to do with that.
Right.
You're a murderer.
Yeah, That's a fact. And again, you being an educated black man, well, that shit will never come up. What's gonna come up? You from Newburgh, one of the worst neighborhoods in New York City. Like that's the image.
They're gonna talk about all the bad. They're gonna fucking find a video of me fighting in sixth grade.
When he was a juvenile, we knew this was to come. He was always fighting and shit like that. Like, meanwhile, you defending somebody you love, but low key is he was always into something when he was a kid. He grew up in Newburgh, all this and shit. One of the worst neighborhoods. He's a product of his environment.
Like instantly when they got his picture, there was like, because I know what they wanted it to be. I know they wanted it to be
a riot.
No,
they wanted the
someone that fit the agenda.
Exactly. They wanted that picture to come up as somebody that would have fit the perfect agenda. Yeah. The fact that he wasn't an immigrant, the fact that he wasn't
a man of color.
Eastern, wasn't a man of color.
Yeah.
Everything went the opposite of what the agenda usually is.
Yeah, and in regards to depicting the person's character.
We already know if he was a migrant, how this would be going. It'll be the news cycle will be a little crazy. You know how. Yeah.
That's my point.
So Cap said he just got the what's the saying, like the color to play or whatever shit. It's a little saying that go like that and shit.
Which, listen, I'm not saying I disagree with I'm not saying I don't understand if everything they're saying is true.
Yeah.
But I'm also smart enough to say that man you killed ain't the person that you should have killed.
Right. Because again.
And if it was roles reversed.
God forbid, again, one of us in a high position, working a job. We doing a job. Representing the company. These motherfuckers pay me to be here. I'm here because they pay me. Type shit. So you kill me, it's like, damn, nigga, you can. This ain't my shit.
Like on a way lower scale. Somebody come in and rob the bank. The person that's at the teller, you shoot and kill them because you trying to get the money.
Bro, this ain't my money.
This ain't my money.
Right. That's a fact. Again, like I said, condolences to that man and his family. But I do understand how certain situations can drive us to those outlandish moments and shit. Those bits of rage that's uncontrollable because of whatever life circumstances is. Like, and again, that's why I gave myself as an example. Me paying all this money in insurance, me having multiple sclerosis, and paying all this money so I can make sure I can get my MRIs and I make sure that I can get my infusions and shit like that. And so for me to pay so much and then be denied, although I've been blessed to not have that, I will feel it way too, like being that I've contributed so much money to the healthcare industry and the finances of the healthcare industry, for me to be denied when I actually need the services, when I actually only go to get an infusion twice a year, when I only get an MRI fucking every 6 months, every 8 months and shit. Like I'm paying far more than what I'm actually getting from, the healthcare industry and shit. So to be denied, it would be like, damn, nigga, I pay this amount of money. Like,
yeah, but with all that being said, I want to go back to.
Yes, you are right. If there was Luigi again, he gets.
Because I'm just thinking 3 things that just come in my mind really fast with Luigi. He's justified. He's an Ivy League. He's smart, so you can't say he was crazy.
Yeah.
Or this was a random.
No, calculated. It was calculated.
Nah, it was calculated.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The Trump assassination.
He camped out the whole time. He camped out.
The Trump assassination attempt. They were saying that he was not mentally stable. He was led on to do all of the things he did and set up. That was also very strategic, very planned out. The third thing, homie choking out Michael Jackson on the train. He was trained.
Right.
He should have known
Right.
better. And all three of them
So you
just don't get
so
just don't feel the
so
same.
with this Luigi character, do you like the guy that recently was acquitted for the train shit? Was acquitted.
Yeah.
Do you think Luigi will have similar?
If he does not get at least 30 years in prison,
Then he got off.
he got off because you premeditated the murder, type of gun.
Yeah.
So you had something that's not even a legal weapon.
Yeah. And then you had knowledge of something such a sophisticated
and you did this in
type
New
of
York
gun.
City.
Yeah.
New York City alone, you get caught with a gun, a loaded gun at that.
Yeah.
You
And
get
they have silencer on it, so that's extra illegal.
Johnny, your service is bad.
Yeah, I
You
know.
breaking up on my end.
Yeah, it was breaking up on me too.
No, I'm saying I was adding to what you said. New York City had a gun, and I said, and he had a silencer. So silencer is extra illegal. So
Yeah. Low boy black in the ghetto. Get caught with a pistol.
All right,
Shit be halfway broken. Don't even work the right way.
Shit don't work. And police gonna laugh at you and say, nigga, this shit, you can't even do shit with this and send you up to
Rikers.
Rikers.
With this, but you get 15 years.
Yeah, send you up to Rikers. That's a fact though.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's gonna do it.
But what do y'all think will come from this? Like, is there any real world change when it comes to healthcare? That
shit gonna change. Don't think it's gonna change how they move now. They're gonna be extra.
I think it's gonna change. I think because Donald Trump is gonna say, this is exactly what I was talking about. Healthcare shouldn't be monopolized. Look at, we got our young people out here trying to kill the heads of these healthcare industries. We gotta start doing that's the play they're gonna pull.
Yeah, that's a good play.
That's the play they're gonna pull. They're gonna use it to their advantage. But hey, I ain't no politician.
Donald Trump just had a glass of wine and shit. Like, yeah, thank you.
Yep. Check your boy out.
Watch what I'm about to do with this. Watch how I flip this.
And I guarantee you, if homie gets, because he got acquitted to both charges yet, or not the second one yet.
Who?
The train one.
I know the choker.
He's acquitted. He's free.
No, he was acquitted to murder or manslaughter, but then they said they were going to try to charge him with it's called like negligent of homicide. It's like
homicide.
When you don't know,
negligent homicide.
I don't know if he got acquitted of that, but if he gets even a month, watch my man. Well, your man's John. He gonna be like,
he's gonna have to go. There's gonna be a whole new. Cause remember, there was deadlocked. And then they came up the
Oh, he already got charged.
No, that's negligent of homicide. What happened was I don't think what happened was I think the judge ended up dismissing the case. That's what happened with him.
So far what was dismissed was the second-degree manslaughter, but he's still facing the criminally negligent homicide.
Yeah, I don't think he was found not guilty. It was just the case was dismissed because the jury couldn't come together to find.
Yeah,
they didn't.
Well, what's the maximum sentence you could get on that?
What homicide?
Criminal negligent of homicide.
Maximum of criminal negligent homicide, New York. Four years.
4 years.
I bet he don't do 3 months.
Yeah, he'll get. I can see him doing 9 months and then being on probation.
You're not thinking clearly. When will your president be sworn in?
Next month.
January. Would it be January 6th? Would it still be the same date?
So the
I'm just
day he
asking,
gets,
I'm not sure.
the day he gets sworn in, I guarantee you, if that man is inside of prison, he will be released and he will be called a hero.
I can see that.
The sad thing is, we won't be surprised.
You got the date when he'll be sworn in.
I'm looking
January 6th every time.
I think that's why they call it that day, don't they?
Well, something happened 4 years ago.
January 3rd.
Oh, he getting sworn in on the 3rd this
Oh,
year?
get it a little earlier this year.
January 3rd sworn in, move-in date on January 20th.
So he'll become president January 3rd.
Yep.
Yep.
And move into the house on the 20th. Back in the big house.
But since we're on the topic, I know it was a little later on the rundown. Why don't we just get into Mr. Daniel Penny? Just continue the conversation with Daniel Penny. Obviously, you know, his case was dismissed. He's still facing charge, and he did his first interview. He definitely got.
Oh, he did an interview already?
Yeah, he did an interview.
Yeah, he did it. He recently did an interview.
Mm-hmm. I think it was with Fox News, I believe. Daniel Penny did.
Yeah, his whole thing was like he was threatening people on the train.
Yeah, so basically, his whole thing was he felt like if he would have let go, homie would have enacted all the shit he was saying. So basically, he said homie was like, "I'm gonna kill all of you," and all.
Yeah,
you know,
he made.
And basically, if I let him go, he would have did all that shit.
Right.
So for everybody who is watching this and is not from New York City or has traveled on New York City trains and New York City buses, let me tell you something. That happens every single week. Not every day. You might get a day where it's like everybody's tired in the morning. We just try and get on the train, get on the bus, and not deal with no bullshit. But at least once a week, you are gonna get somebody who is on the train, on the bus.
I'm not gonna hold you. Said,
and the crazy thing is, and that's what the crazy thing is. You might not experience it every day, but because of how mass our transportation is, the shit is happening every day. You might not experience it every day.
No. It's for sure happening every day, but you at least experience yourself.
Yeah. Once a week.
Like I done been on a train where, no exaggeration, 6, 7, maybe 280-pound man with a skirt on, nothing else. Like when I say a skirt, nothing else, I mean nothing under it.
Yeah.
And he on a train talking about how he gonna fuck a nigga on the train. All types of crazy shit.
Nigga.
If I killed him in that situation, because he talking about he gonna fuck, and he just talking crazy. It's a whole full train, kids on the train, and ladies on the train.
And so, being in New York, living in New York, you go through these mental gymnastics because you do have to deal with niggas like that, and it's a matter of I'm gonna have to kill this nigga because I'm generally on the train with my kid. And there's been situations where a nut nigga get on and he got the whole train on one side because nobody wants to be bound.
Bro, they're scared. Experience that. Everybody's like, we getting away from him, and everybody's all is mass space.
Everybody's bundled up on one side and shit because you got a one nigga at the end of the train and shit, or going between carts, talking to himself, saying what he gonna do to motherfuckers.
And this is the other point that I want to make. We have all experienced this. Johnny is a little bit more like, I'm just gonna walk to the other side of the train. Me and Dev is more the type like he got about 2 steps to get to me. If he 2 steps inside, it's gonna be an issue.
I gotta do something.
But at the same time,
you don't make eye contact. You keep
all that shit.
say if you was that
you make sure
fearful,
you good,
you
but
was,
you just don't make eye contact with the person. Once you do that, it's over.
if you was that fearful for everybody on the train, guess what happens in less than 2 minutes? The train stops on every single platform.
Right.
There's a cop.
Yeah.
It's very rare when you get off a platform and you can't even have the opportunity to yell for a cop. It's very rare that it happens unless you like.
Maybe they was on the express running on that 504 on the express going to the city.
I forgot what you
do. So you know what you do.
I'm gonna Google it. Give me a second.
This is what you do. You walk through the train. You get to whoever's a ticket person. Yeah. There's a crazy person on.
And there's a door right there. That cart. Yeah.
And they will stop the train and they will call the police to make sure the police is at the very next stop that they can stop at.
Yeah.
You didn't have to go kill this man. And like you said, he said he felt he had to choke him until you could have held him. If you were strong enough to choke him to death, you could have held him down until that next stop.
Yeah, and it was definitely enough people that was helping him.
Yeah,
that they could have held him down.
It happened on basically my train line. It happened on the F. I remember it was on the F train.
But that proves the point even more that we know what we're talking about. We've been on these trains.
That's crazy. I remember the day it happened because the F was backed up that day. I remember that shit.
But stay on topic, y'all. He ain't had to kill the boy.
Oh,
no, he had
plenty of different solutions.
And then again, if you watch the video and shit, he wasn't by himself when it comes to apprehending the guy.
And I remember there was a guy saying, a big dude too.
Yeah, tell him let him go.
Just let his neck go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he already had him, so he could have, maneuvered and just got his arms and just held him.
Yo, I never
forget. At the end of the day, he's trained. At the end of the day, he's a military, right?
I never forget when I watched this video, and it always sticks to me because there was this dude in prison. He was terrifying everybody, right? So these two young white dudes was like, "We're gonna kill him." They get him in a cell.
I think I've seen this before.
They was smart enough to know. One lay on his legs.
Yeah.
The other one lay on his top. He can't do nothing.
Yeah.
And not
because then he tell one of them he was gonna fuck him or some shit.
Something, but they stabbed him.
They stabbed him. Yeah, I know exactly. Yep.
But I just always remember thinking to myself, damn, if somebody's on my legs and somebody else is on my top, could I really get up? And I don't understand why when all these type of situations happen, that's all you really gotta do to a man.
Yeah, control the nigga limbs.
Somebody hold his legs, somebody hold his top. There's nobody that's gonna be able to do. I'm saying unless it's two scrawny ass kids trying to hold me, I'm gonna just toss you off me. But you was big enough and strong enough, and the other dude who was telling you to let him go was big enough and strong enough where I could have, you hold his legs, don't let him get up off the ground.
You could dog pound a nigga.
And I hold him in the full Nelson.
Right.
And he can't move. We'll hold him for 2 more minutes for the train to stop, and then a man. And
if somebody got him in a Nelson and another nigga holding his legs, ain't shit you can do. Nigga like this.
You just gotta lay there and look stupid.
You just gotta play dead. You play dead with your weight and just lay there. Unfortunately, you on the dirty ass train floor. But if you're that scared, you're gonna do what you gotta do and shit.
Exactly. Because if you're really scared, you're gonna do whatever to stay alive. And I don't think that this is one of those things where people say, I can understand. Nah, you can't understand unless you really deal with that all the time.
Even if you understand, he's still in the wrong because all you have to do is let go and shit would have been fine.
And that's what I'm saying. I've been in situations on these trains where I really felt like I was gonna kill a motherfucker, but
you're gonna go to prison.
I'm gonna go to jail, and first chance, bro, I just gotta hold on a little bit until this train fucking stop. And I'm getting the fuck out. Me and my son, we getting off this shit. Like, we getting up. Let's go.
I literally went to the laundromat last week. It's been 2 weeks now. The lady said, "Hey, you pushed somebody in here last week." I said, "I pushed somebody?" "Yeah, you pushed somebody. They said that the guy that come here with his son, he pushed somebody, and now they scared. You can't come here no more. I said, y'all got cameras in here. I ain't pushing nobody. They just said, did somebody take your clothes out the washer? I said, yeah, but that happens all the time. They said, yeah, they say they took your clothes out the washer, then you grabbed them and you pushed them. I said, for one, if I push somebody, I'm going to hit them afterwards. I'm not just pushing somebody to push somebody, especially not no grown man.
Right.
They swore up and down that I did it. I said, all right, man. So the lady that worked with me, she said to me, I was telling her the story the next day. I said, yeah, but I'm going to keep going there to wash clothes. And she said, why? Why not just go somewhere else to avoid the drama? But you know what I thought about? I really have to, because I don't have the liberty of this dude who could just do whatever he want to do. Because if I go to that laundromat next week and this guy comes up to me and says, hey, you pushed me, and I slapped the shit out of him.
Right.
I couldn't get arrested.
And now you then depicted yourself as the villain that they already said you were. And
listen, man, we also lived in White Plains, all three of us. We also lived where the what was it called? The crazy home that they shut down. And it would be the crazy people be always walking through the streets at night.
Yeah, what's that shit? I know what
the
you're talking
sale
about.
asylum thing. We dealt with that firsthand. Those are some scary people to be. Yo, John, remember we was walking with Kev the one time through the movie theater, and the dude was like, he said something. He said, "I'm about to break your fucking neck" or something. And it was the two white girls, and I grabbed the white girl, act like we was walking with her, and she was like,
y'all told me,
terrified.
Y'all told me about that.
Yeah, she was like, I was terrified. I was scared to walk through here. That's all you got to do, fellas. Just step in and put a little bit of space in between the crazy people.
Yeah.
Let the cops do their job, man. That's what they get paid for.
It's been plenty time shit. I'd have been in the fucking gal and them nut niggas be in there and shit. And I see somebody that I know from Berkeley. I'll be like, hey, baby, you good? Like, did you find what you was looking for? Jessica, that nigga looked like he's about to do something your ass. Like, he's about to do something. You like, let's get moving, yo. Go the way you was going, man. Get the fuck out of here. Nah, but bro ass definitely need to be in jail because it was excessive. And anybody in our situation definitely would be locked the fuck up because, again, not to mention, me and you, Cap, on a bigger side, on a stockier side. And so for us to do it, we definitely getting a brute strength. You just some fucking silverback gorillas. Like,
you knew what you was doing.
Yeah, exactly.
You was trying to take it out.
Yeah, you could have just wrestled him. You didn't have to do
Did you have to do that, like, in type shit? But even just a man of color, and him being a trained military person, you know how to apprehend someone. You've been trained to, at least.
And you also know
what you were doing was deadly. Yeah.
2 more minutes, a cop would have been right there waiting for you.
But you also know the hole that you had him in
is a deadly hole.
Yeah.
And hold on. Let's all make this very clear. We do not condone acting crazy on the train, on the bus.
That's the fact.
In the public. If you do that shit, you should get slapped the shit out of. But we ain't saying you
have to watch out for the consequences because she could go left.
Yo, it's this video I saw one time. Shit was crazy. This black lady, crazy black lady, just grabs this white bitch by her hair and just held her, like sit next to her. Holding her
I
hair.
know what you're talking about. I would have got up and say, "Oh, get the fuck off of her." But everybody
else moved out the way. She's sitting there like this. Bitch holding that hair like she like the white lady just sitting there.
Yep, terrified.
Everybody else just moved away from this shit.
And then I would have told her, get the fuck off of her, and she probably would have got up and started acting crazy. And then don't hit women, people. But I would have slapped the shit out of her. I would have slapped the shit out of her, and then the whole thing would have been over with.
Yeah.
Because she would have been like,
remember, your 8-ball jacket.
Well, that wasn't crazy. 8-Ball, that was self-defense.
Yeah, that was some hood shit.
I'm giving you a scenario. The people he was dealing with wasn't crazy. He wasn't dealing with. He was dealing with just regular.
Nah, they was crazy. They were ignorant. Crazy.
They were ignorant. Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. They wasn't like mental crazy. There was the.
Yeah.
It was that.
Because I know for a fact. Listen, if my mom on the train, and somebody acting crazy like that towards my mom, and somebody who I know is there, and they don't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a problem because you should have stepped up and did what I would have did in that situation.
Right. If it was your people.
If it was my people's.
Yeah.
If it was your people's, I'd do the same thing for you.
Facts. Yeah, lock his white ass up.
Yeah. At least give him manslaughter.
Yeah.
And I don't be wishing prison on nobody, but like, come on, man. Y'all keep getting away with shit, man.
And then the white cop just got locked up not too long ago for doing for killing a nigga. I forgot the fucking case. But
too many of them.
Yeah, one of the white boys just got locked up.
I know what you're talking about. It was recent. It's another one.
Yeah, it's recent, but they locked his ass up.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see what justification they find for this guy, because it's not like the guy he actually engaged. Like exactly. I see if he like talking that shit and then he engaged in somebody, like, or came at somebody, then I can give you the benefit of the doubt, because now this person has actively become violent. Yeah. And in cases like that, now I must put you down.
And that's why, y'all been in situations with me before. I always say, yo, I don't want to do this to you. That's me, like, this me.
Once we there,
then we there. I don't want to do this to you, so leave me alone. And then if you go past that point, I gave you my warning. Right. Now in my mind and my heart, I feel justified in whatever I do now.
Right.
Because I asked you.
Yeah, this nigga was saying wild shit. But again, if you a New York pedestrian, if you on these trains, you know this shit is every day. It's just you trying to dodge it. Damn, like I just want to.
But also, people talk crazy every day and don't do nothing. They just talk.
But that's what I'm saying. If you on these trains, this shit is regular.
Looking at them, they saying the most craziest shit, and then they don't harm nobody. Just go back.
Right. You protect yourself, and if you feel unsafe, jump on another cart. I usually do because I'm with my kid, so I'm trying to, because I'm a fuck you up, I'm gonna kill you, and I still got to worry about my kid and watch my kid at the same time. So I'd rather get the fuck off, and just to make sure my kid is good.
And you know when somebody not right in the mind. Perfect example. When the last Yankee game, me, Johnny, and Kev was at, this kid came up. I didn't know who he was, but I'm telling you, he was big as fuck. And he came up behind me, and I'm leaning up against the gate because we waiting for mad long. I'm leaning up against the gate, like sitting down, basically. Yeah. He jumped up on the back of the gate. I'm big. He was bigger than me. He was like, what up? Yeah, I say, yo, you need to bring your energy down and relax. And then I realized when I really engaged him, he was crazy. I mean, he wasn't all the way there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, he was slow, but he was big as fuck.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I would have reacted and did something, I would have known I fucked up. I was in the wrong. Because he's not smart enough to know. Yeah. Or he's not in the right
mind. He doesn't function. He doesn't have capability.
Yeah.
So I had to just be like,
you had to diffuse it and shit.
Yeah. All right, man. Just move away. All right. And then he said, all right, I'll see you guys later. I was
like, crazy times, man.
But I Googled officers, but I seen things for like 3 different officers, so I don't know which one you saw.
Yeah, that's what I said. Happens it's too often.
One is in Danbury, Connecticut. One is
very close to me.
One's Brooklyn, and the other one. Which one is this one? I'm trying to see. No.
The one in Danbury, I think, is
Oh, this one's Massachusetts. One Danbury, one Massachusetts, and one in Brooklyn. So, and that's within this past week. 3 officers got arrested. The Danbury one happened November 29th.
Yeah, but that one was different though.
Yeah, he was charged with second-degree stalking.
No, that one, the cop got shot.
Nah, the one, this one, the cop didn't get shot. The cop turned himself in.
Look, man, be safe out here.
Oh, that's crazy. I thought it was the opposite way.
Be safe out here, man. That's all we can say.
Yep. Yes. But let's get into Tyler Perry. His executive of Tyler Perry Studio passes away in a tragic plane crash.
What you tell me earlier about 7 out of 10?
I said I have to fact check it, but someone in the thread we was talking about earlier, the thread says 7 out of 10 plane crashes are not accidents. I don't know how true that is. I gotta fact check that. But me and Kat was having another conversation. How did they come up with that number? I do not. I do not. That's what I said. I have to fact check how they came up with that. So
I think they probably come up with that based on like the check. Like it probably be planes that fail that check,
and then they
do the service check, and then they still take off. And so based on that, it's like this plane shouldn't have taken off because of based on the service, the maintenance check that you supposed to do.
But that would make perfect sense because you flew a plane that was not perfect before going off the runway.
Right. It wasn't good to fly.
They made it, the way they used it was 7 out of 10 aren't accidents. That means
in order for them to say that, then they have to have the person who actually who did it in order to say
exactly.
7 out of 10.
It was a part of a thread, but I wanted to fact check so that how you get like 70% of plane crashes is not an accident. That's a crazy percentage.
Yeah, but I agree with Dev. That's 70% of plane crashes failed at least one of the checkpoints on the safety.
Basically, they could have been very avoidable.
Right, exactly. Some type of on a maintenance test and shit before it took off, shit that was avoidable or something that was easily fixable. You decided, okay, based on your knowledge, you thought it could make it through the flight. Boom, shit happened, nigga die. Now it's like, oh, we looked at the check. Yeah. Why didn't you fix this minor upkeep? Like,
yeah. But they did some bullshit. The thread was saying some bullshit. They were trying.
Thread was saying like, this shit is they playing this shit.
Exactly.
And so, because again, what would be the whole rabbit hole of another conspiracy theory stuff? But again, but back to Tyler Perry, he also spoke about how he's been.
Because what would be the reason to me? What's the reason to kill this guy? Since we're talking about Tyler Perry,
what's his name? What's his name? We got his name, Johnny.
Yeah.
What's the guy? The executive. What would be the reasoning behind killing him? Like he got some power or some shit.
Steve Mensch, 62.
Steve Benz.
No, Mensch. MENSCH. Mensch.
R.I.P. Steve Bench.
Yeah, R.I.P. him.
That's all I'm gonna say about
that. His loved ones. But
I don't think it was nothing crazy.
Oh no, I don't think so neither. Yeah. What we were just talking about another thread.
Niggas die every day, B-man. But
yeah, also a plane crash. But Tyler Perry seems like he spoke about how he's been just doing his work, and that's how he's been mourning. So he's just been throwing himself at that as a distraction to distract him from all the stuff that's going on.
Yeah, he gonna remake Soul Plane.
This nigga.
But rest in peace, Steve Mensch, though.
Yeah, well, rest in peace, Steve Mensch. Let's talk about something else.
They said he was also flying the plane. Red food dye. They're looking to officially ban the red food dye. It has effects that's bad for kids.
I mean, red food dye and yellow 5 and all of those. If you grew up how I grew up, you've been hearing this all your life.
Yeah, word that ass.
So we been knew that this wasn't good for us. But you give your kids fruit roll-ups, you give your kids fruit snacks, you give your kids Starburst, you give your kids Skittles. All of that has
Jolly Ranchers, all that shit. All the snacks, got all that shit. Flaming Hots, Takis, all that shit.
Takis
So
for sure.
The law
and you know,
will
fucking kids love fucking Takis nowadays,
apparently,
bro.
the law will ban 6 of the 9 FDA-approved artificial food dyes: red number 40, yellow number 5, yellow number 6, blue number
That's what
1,
Cal just said.
blue number 2, and green number 3 in public school food and drinks by 2027. It will be banned.
Doubt it. I doubt it, unless they've already came out with a replacement that is just as cheap and just as bad.
But again, John, you saying this solely, you said public schools, like this is something specifically regarding public school foods or just like in the market period? Because if it's just in school foods and we still get it in the groceries.
Yeah, outside homes, yeah.
No, I think private schools probably already have a nutritionist who doesn't allow that.
Yeah, right, exactly. But they said what he just said was public schools.
Yeah, but no one's saying a main cause of it is because they want to keep it away from the children. So I guess they'll start there because all kids go to school and all kids eat at school. Maybe they'll start there and try to work the process.
Yeah, but it's not gonna help. It's still in every corner store.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Like, and that was my whole thing. Like, it's in the major markets, it's in the groceries, in the delis and shit like that, where it's like, yeah, kids eat at school. They do have 2 meals at school, but a big part of their consumption is this bullshit junk food that they get from these stores on a daily basis. Parents send them to school with bullshit because most kids, they so hell-bent on eating this stuff. It's like, I don't even eat the school lunch. Parents give them the bullshit.
Here for it, though. Like,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I support this, but I just don't see it slowing things down. Like, I think, hold on, my bad. But that's probably their way of saying, hey, y'all can't blame us for y'all kids having ADHD.
ADHD. All this and shit, because I know at my Dorian school they do meatless Mondays, they do vegan Fridays. They try to do things like where they have more healthier.
You know what's funny? They've been doing that to us our whole life without us knowing it. What do we eat every Friday?
Pizza? I feel like
pizza.
Yeah.
I feel like down here, I feel like pizza was more frequent. I got pizza on.
Nah, we got pizza on Fridays.
You got pizza Fridays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that is a
meatless
non-meat, meatless thing. Well, the marketing wise now, because they be like, yeah, it's meatless Friday, it's meatless Monday, vegan Friday.
At your school, do they give out milk?
Yeah, they do.
Take out the red dye, take out the yellow dye. You're still giving kids milk.
Yeah. They still got milk. They got vegan options because a lot of these kids have nut allergies and got all these different allergies and shit. So they have to be very conscious of that.
Y'all allowed to have peanut butter and jellies?
No, we're nut-free school.
Yeah, see. They just try and cover their own ass. But I'm here for it.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, the reason behind it is for the betterment of the kids and shit. Like, you do a lot of shit that's like, I don't want y'all niggas to sue me. So, but in the long term, it is a good thing.
Kids still gonna do what they're gonna do.
Yeah, but outside, yeah.
Yeah, like I don't allow my son to eat Takis, but I guarantee you he goes to school and gets chips. And if they got Takis, he probably getting Takis as well. Because he ain't gonna know that I eat Takis at school.
Word. And definitely if the homie got some Takis, you want one.
Yeah, they're gonna be eating the same shit.
Yeah. Dorian don't like Takis. He don't like hot chips and shit. But that nigga eat Doritos. Like
Red 5.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but I'm here for it. All
right. As long as you eat healthy, you gotta protect the children. I don't think Cap's seen the video, but Dev, you sent the video in the ASO chat. TK Kirkland was on there, and there was the top. It was I believe it was a female host, and he was the guest.
Yeah.
The topic was child support, and basically, his TK Kirkland's point was basically speaking, if the child is financially taken care of, he doesn't have to pay child support, or he doesn't necessarily need to financially help the mother of his children. And it seems like the female that was having a conversation with him felt strongly against his.
So her whole thing was his whole thing was exactly what John's saying. Is like child support is for niggas who don't support their kids. If you are so that's his point is financially you're not doing your part, then
you should pay.
Then you should pay. If you're not consistently being there financially, helping co-parent with all of the schooling, food, shit like that. Her whole thing was men should be on child support because, example, I have a house, right? I'm paying for a house with that's housing your kids. So you should pay some of that mortgage because ultimately I have a house that's big enough to support me as well as your kids. So a portion of this bill you should contribute to. His whole thing is, no, you have a home, you purchase a home because you wanted to purchase a home. That bill I should have to pay for, but I do contribute in the upkeep of those children when it comes to schooling, when it comes to whatever extracurriculars they have, doctor, shit like that. And if you need my help with something where it supports my kids, I can do that. But to say I got to pay this amount because you have a home that my kids live in, he feels as though if I'm financially there, I should have to be on child support.
I don't like talking about this, but
yeah,
if you don't have your kid, then I agree with the woman. If you don't have your kid in any capacity, you should have to pay child support. If you have your kid, say, living with the mother and the kid never lives with you, you should have to pay for a portion of what your kid's portion of living in that building is. Because otherwise your kid would not have a home.
Yeah.
If the kid lived with you or even spent half the time with you, then no, you shouldn't have to pay for somebody else's rent because your kid is not there. But I think the way you guys I didn't watch the video, and I usually think TK Kirkland is what's the word? Old school.
Yeah, very old fashioned.
Old fashioned and misogynistic.
Yeah, in a way.
To the newer generation. To me, he just act like one of my uncles.
Right.
But I think he's saying like you just using me, which a lot of women do.
To pay your bills.
To pay your bills.
Right.
But if the kid don't live with the parent at all, then the parent should have to take care of the kid because that other parent is dealing with the kid. So it's like,
and I think, that's mainly his point is you want me to finance your lifestyle because you have my kid. Whereas, so the cost of a kid, like you got a house, right? You got a fucking 6-bedroom house. Just giving an example of shit. You got pool and all this and shit. You decided to live outside of your means and want me to contribute to pay for your cost of living because my kid is in that dwelling.
Yeah, but at the same time, as a man who's a father of a kid, I wouldn't want my kid to be growing up in the ghetto.
Right.
So although I'm not paying, I don't think I should pay for her at all in any capacity. The opposite person. So you know what I would do instead? Say, I don't want my kid living in the ghetto with you, but I also ain't paying for you to live in a mansion. So my kid can come live with me.
Right.
And I will pay what I have to pay at the level that I can afford.
Right.
And not have to support what you think you're entitled to.
Right.
Because you have my kid. Because who knows? TK Kirkland, he might be, I don't think he's a millionaire, but I'm pretty sure he's well off.
Yeah, he's well off, and he said he has multiple kids, and his relationships with his baby mothers are all good because he works, but he's active. Like there's never nothing they don't need. Like, or there's the kids always have, and if his baby mamas needed anything,
they could ask.
They ask it, and it's there because
I was gonna say, I think that's how it should be for everybody. You should be able to just be like, hey, so and so needs this. Okay, I got it. You shouldn't have to put the government into the situation to get to that. But some people,
because then he was saying, like, in the whole clip, because with situations like that, now you limit as the other person, whether you with the child, the person that's with the child who's hell bent on getting child support can sometimes limit what you are willing to give because they're so hell bent on, I'm gonna get this from you, and then in that regard, you might not get what you thought you were gonna get, and now that person is somewhere like disgruntled, and now only gonna give you that amount, and unless my kid is with me, then I'll do for my kid, and I'll give them everything they need. But for you, because you was hell bent on this lifestyle that you were trying to meet, and then now we got the government involved. The government evaluated to be to contribute less than what you thought you deserved or thought you were going to get, and now we got a hostile environment where you didn't almost limit the ability of you getting more than.
I don't think TK Kirkland should have to pay $10,000 to a woman a month for a child, because then you basically paying her the salary of $120,000 just because she had your kid.
Right.
Like, that's sick. That's actually, as the person who had the kid, vice versa, because it could be the opposite way.
Right.
A man could be
can have custody of their child. Yeah.
Woman. And if the man is telling the woman, just because you're a CEO of a company and I'm not a deadbeat because he got the kid, but he to me, he is a low life nigga. Like,
right.
If he was getting paid $120,000 a year just because he got this girl pregnant and he takes care of the kid, the kid, because just because they have the kid don't mean that they take care of the kid.
Right.
If they have the kid and they're getting paid $120,000, I think that's sick.
Yeah.
The kid ain't costing you $120,000 a year.
Right. And I think that's, again, that goes back to what he depict women people trying to get child support.
Getting salaries.
Trying to get a salary, a monthly allowance that's more than what it costs you to take care of this child. Yeah. But this woman was hell bent on, like, every man need to be on child support if they're not together with their baby mother.
You know what that is? That's a sick woman. If she was that hell bent on that, that's a sick woman.
No. Because so that's what he was saying, like, yo, you just say hurt bitter. And just bitter because I'm telling you, I'm giving you examples of how my situation is, and she's saying, like, nah, that couldn't be me, or nah, those women are dumb. And he's telling them, like, if we're all happy and if we're all maintaining, then it works for everyone. If there's no ills or quarrels, then yes, it's good.
But she even if everyone is not all happy, right, and everyone is not
okay,
cordial, the woman who, as long as the time is split between the kid,
Yeah.
then it shouldn't be a big discrepancy of
Yeah.
how much the kid needs to be
Yeah.
taken care of. You both
Because
know
we're
how
both
much it
equally
costs.
right. We're both equally spending the time and money
and the cost.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be like, oh well, you need to be paying. No, because in half the time that you have the kid,
Yeah.
you should be able to take care of the kid.
Right.
Because the other half, when you don't have the kid, you should be working.
Right.
Like both parties should be
Right.
working so that they have enough to take care of the kid.
Right. And in my halftime, I am there supporting my child. So you should be able to do the same. If you're not able to, then that's your own issues or your own issues as a parent.
That's your own issues as a person.
Yeah.
Go out there and
work.
Go out there and work. Like,
yeah, that's a fact.
But we'll leave that conversation. Let's get into Drake. He's still using his no, that was actually his main page.
Yeah,
right?
his main account.
It wasn't him.
No, it wasn't his burner. It was it wasn't his burner. It was his main account.
With the cryptic messages, obviously there was some big news that hit the news cycle a couple of days ago. And obviously these cryptic messages, I think, allude to that. Drake posted to his story an image of Solange, and then he posted an image of Aaliyah.
Now he posted the image of Solange the night of the fight where the elevator fight where she allegedly beat up Jayz for him allegedly cheating on Beyonce. It was her coming out of the elevator angry and shit. And so with everything going on with Drake and his issues
when was with the Aaliyah image then? There was the Aaliyah message had to have a message to it.
So the Aaliyah thing is like, people don't contribute that to Jay-Z, but it's like with everything going on with UMG, the Kendrick dropping, the Super Bowl, Jay-Z being the person for the Super Bowl, like, and then the recent news with Jay-Z that this is Drake somehow targeting Hov or have beef like a sub at Hov as if he next to come at Hov or some type of shit. This is what Reddit and all the big brains of social media is saying. Drake is just on a tyrant right now and lining people up.
So Drake got accused of being a PDF, and then he's now accusing Hov of being a PDF.
Possibly.
Or co-signing the alleged.
I'm trying to think.
Alleged PDF.
Like you said, you brought up the Solange picture, like him it's the picture from the actual fight that has a deeper meaning. So that would mean to me he's calculated this response. So I would think there is a deeper meaning to this Aaliyah photo. We don't know.
Why does it have to be calculated?
Because you have to post a picture of Solange.
But that's not what I asked you. Why does it have to be calculated?
Because that's what these guys do.
Because John said it has to be a reason behind it. You don't post something like that.
Why can't somebody say to me, yo, Cap, today's the day that Solange beat up Hov in the elevator, and I say, I fuck with Solange, and I post that picture of her.
So if you fuck with Solange, then you post the cranes in the sky photo. You don't post.
No, I'm also showing my disrespect to Hov, but I'm saying it doesn't have to be as calculated as, I'm gonna post Solange first, then I'm gonna post Aaliyah, and it means that.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't understand the Aaliyah part, but again, I think if anybody of Drake's level and celebrity, regardless, take Drake out of it, it could be motherfucking Jack Harlow. If Jack Harlow, just example, posts that picture, it's like
the day of.
Oh, is it the anniversary?
I thought that's what you said, that it was the anniversary of when it happened.
No. We didn't say that it's the anniversary.
Oh, okay.
We just said he posted it because of everything that he's been going through and what's recently been said about Hov. It just seems somewhat interesting, and John said calculated, that he will post that photo this time. Of course, like Hov, who's also sub king, but Hov do it in the raps. Drake is also a nigga who do a lot of subbing.
That's one thing I respect about 50, but I don't respect about 50. 50 gonna be more blatant with it, but I just feel like he be doing it too much now. He's starting to become like a
troll.
A troll.
Yeah. Because it'll be times conversations 50 in that he don't need to be in. Like
at all.
Certain situations we don't need your opinion on.
And just out of like I remember hearing somebody say, like, if I see somebody clowning somebody else that they do business with, I'll never do business with that person.
Yeah.
And I feel like 50 be doing shit like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know.
It's a character thing.
Yeah, the older I get, the more I be like,
It's one of those things, like, you can't sit back and be cool with a nigga that you see bullying a nigga that ain't gonna do nothing.
Exactly.
Like, bro, you fuck with bro because you know he ain't gonna say nothing.
We just had this conversation this weekend, Johnny. With somebody that we're all cool with. With two people we're all cool with. I say, yo, you better stop acting like that towards this person. Because one day I'm going to make him do something about it. And they say, yeah, all right. And I say, I'm serious. And you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I know, but I don't think it's like that because that person actually do something. Because the person will actually do something. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that the person
will. They for sure will.
They will actually do something.
The other person doesn't think that they will.
I don't think that other person is that naive to think that
they even said it this weekend.
I don't know. I don't think
they told me. They said, yeah, they not that crazy. I said,
I don't put it. Look, based on what I think,
my exact words was, when he do something about it,
ain't nobody gonna do nothing. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing. We're gonna let him get his rock off.
Let him do something about it for a little bit. I might stop it.
Yeah. All right, that's enough.
Hopefully he doesn't get down to that. But
y'all remember? Y'all say the Christmas story?
Yeah.
When Ralphie
the old movie?
Yeah, the old one.
Yeah, not long ago.
Yeah, but I'm saying, remember, Buddy kept fucking with Ralphie, right? And Ralphie pieced him up, bust him open and shit. You talking about one of them? Finally, then mom came and said, all right, Ralphie, that's enough. She let him tag him because she knew this nigga been fucking with them.
Yeah.
But he pieced him up and then said, okay, that's enough. Like, Ralphie would get off his ass. So
he just needed a little bit of learning. That's all.
I don't think it's gonna ever get to that, man. Ain't gonna.
I hope not. But my point was,
because I don't think the person that you talk about really don't believe that person wouldn't do something.
They do.
That's crazy.
They do. That was words that came out their mouth, and I told them, listen, I'm telling you, they will. So stop fucking with them. And they said, I don't be fucking with them. And I said, even though you don't think you do, you don't talk to that person like you talk to other people. It's not the same tone. It's not the same.
Not same energy.
So stop. Because if I'm telling you I see it, then I mean that I see it.
Yeah.
That's all. But hey, if it come down to it, I'm gonna record it and send it to y'all only.
Again, John, do you really think it's beef between Drake and Hov?
No, you don't believe that, Johnny.
I don't think it's beef, but I know there's been a lot of subliminal games that have been played amongst.
They both dissed each other on the same song.
I'm saying, I just feel like there's been a lot of like subliminal games that's been taking place.
And subs between the two.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why they all sub each other. We could go. I'm not doing it, but me and Johnny had a big argument about Cole and Kendrick, and I told him. He said Cole was mentioning Kendrick first. I said Kendrick mentioned Cole damn near 10 years ago.
Yeah.
The Control verse was how long ago? And they both were subbing each other in between all that, and they both were subbing each other before that.
Yeah, but what cracked the
No,
camera?
we're not doing the Cole and Kendrick. We talking about Drake and Jayz. But I'm just saying,
But not no
all of
not
them sub
Cole.
each other.
Not Cole, but I think Kendrick is a part of this. Kendrick is a part of this situation for this aspect.
I just feel like in hip hop,
I'm saying it's the Super Bowl fact, the possibility of Kendrick doing the diss record during the Super Bowl. Hove picked Kendrick. Drake probably really think Hove picked Kendrick because of the rap beef.
I agree that Drake should be mad that Kendrick got picked because nigga, the whole Kendrick whole ascension this year is off of him calling him a PDF.
Pedophile.
Yeah. That beef shot.
Yeah.
Kendrick was already at a high level, but that should just.
So you get the highest, you get the biggest stage.
Yeah.
To perform a PDF song. That's what.
And I'm pretty sure Drake was like, "You could have gave it to me last year. You could have gave it to me this year. You could have gave it to me the year before, when you first started it, but you didn't, and you won't. He never will. He don't fuck with Drake. Just like Chris Brown will never see that Super Bowl stage if Hove is picking the person.
And I just think it's okay to be like, especially in just life in general. Yo, I don't really fuck with this person.
I literally told Johnny this earlier. Johnny was talking about
that's okay.
Me and Johnny was talking about how Hove supposedly backdoored Jermaine Dupri for the Super Bowl halftime job.
Okay.
And I said, I don't see them as being friends. I see them as being peers / competitors.
Yeah, right.
So if my peer / competitor backdoors me, I kind of gotta
it's competition.
Expect it.
Yeah.
It is. Nothing wrong with it when it's your peer or competitor. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. It is what it is.
But
we're battling. I got the one up. I gotta take advantage of the one.
But you still was saying that Hove did him dirty, and it's not doing him.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying there was a peer and competitive thing. I was saying it was a friend doing a friend. He backdoored a friend out the deal.
But that's what that's what I've been trying to say to you since earlier. Why do you keep friends? Is the people that I'm talking to right now. Y'all my real friends. I've literally.
And you don't see Jermaine Dupri and Hove together.
He's not Tata.
Socially. Right.
That's not his friend. That's a peer.
A colleague. Co-worker.
A co-worker. If closest to friend, you could say we did some business together.
No, I understand that point, but I'm saying because we don't see it doesn't mean it's not true.
No, you got to stop doing that. Just like you said, we don't see it that. You got to stop seeing that's his friend. That's not his friend. What makes you think that that's his friend?
Again, based on what we see, like Cav said regarding Tata, Hove has showed us when it comes to my friendship, these are the people that I consider friends. So if he's not depicting it to be that way and he's not showing us, all we can go off is what we see. And based on what we see and what we know, they've done business together. They made records together. They work in this. They have similar colleagues. They work in similar circles. But we don't see them in a social capacity to say Jermaine Dupri and Hove are friends. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not going to call them his friend because they did Money Ain't a Thing together and they've been on Def Jam or been on labels and did work together. They colleagues. They work together. Yes, we can have a good business relationship, but we also are competing. Friend. We're also competing in this space. And if I could one up you, nigga, I got you. Like, respect the game.
And then I even said that because we are not in their rooms with them. Another thing.
Oh, we're not in the rooms with them.
Jermaine Dupri said, supposedly, he called Hove, asked Hove about it, and Hove told him he shouldn't do it. Told Johnny. That could have been the exact conversation that happened. Dev, you call me, yo, Cap, I got this job offer they try and pay me $260,000 a year. And I look at the phone like, nah, you shouldn't do that. Because I got the same job offer for $340,000 a year. I'm telling you, no, I don't got to tell you my business and tell you that I'm getting paid way more than that.
Right.
But I'm telling you, hey, you should turn it down.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking out for you in a way without telling you my business as well. You get what I'm saying? I'm telling you, no, don't do it. It ain't backdooring. I'm not doing that.
But even in a situation like that, because y'all being my brothers, John, you come to me and say, they try to give me this play. If I know they're trying to give me a play too, I'm going to tell you, they trying to lowball you, bro. Because they try to give...
Not if me and you are going for the same thing.
But take a nigga like what's that? The nigga that take a nigga like, I don't know, Eli, Adrenaline, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
We cool. Do similar shit. He called me, yo, Dev. Boom, boom, boom. I'm trying to get this play. I'm making this move. And I got something on the line too. We professionally respect what you're doing, but you ain't my brother. So I don't owe you nothing.
Yeah, I literally used the same example with a different person earlier. That I said, that's y'all man's. Y'all cool with him.
You use a different example.
I use somebody who y'all are cool with that.
Right.
I don't have an issue with them.
Yeah, but that's your man's, right? That's your man's.
So if he was to call me and say, hey, this and that, I'm not telling him my business like I would tell Dev, Johnny, Ed, Kev, Drew.
Right.
But I would say, nah, I don't think that's for you. Being real with him, but at the same time, I don't need to tell him my business.
Right.
So when you say that's his friend, nah, they just did business together. That's not backdooring nobody.
Even bad example. We got fantasy, right? Look at it, and it's all love, it's respect. Look at a nigga like Bird. We cool. We're cool. We're cool. You get what I'm saying? Like, but if I'm making a play, I'm not calling Burden. And I wouldn't think Burden would call me
to tell you that all the time,
to make a play. I'm speaking surreal right now.
That was the name that was used. That was
I literally said, I don't. That's y'all man's.
That was the name that was used in the example before you like
again.
I said I got his number in my phone, right? If y'all would have told me, yo, Cap, he doing this inside of your business, like y'all know what I do. Could you look out for him?
Right.
I would call him because y'all associate yourselves with him.
You'll call him,
yeah.
Off the strength of y'all, I would call him and say, yo, I heard you doing what I do now.
Yeah.
You need something. But if it came down to it, that's not my man's. I don't know him like that.
Right. And so that's why I give the example of Burden, because Burden is somebody that's around. He cool. And I'll call you if we want to. I know I could reach out to you for certain shit. It's like, yo, it's a play, make a little bit of money. If you want to be involved, that's cool. If you do, if you don't, like, you're not somebody I'm dependent on to be involved in it. But God forbid, if I'm making a real move, I'm calling Cap, I'm calling John. You're not even crossing my mind.
Exactly. That was what my point was to Johnny. Like, somebody who's on the outside looking in, they might see us all together. I used Burton as an example. I said, we might have all been at a dinner together for the celebration of the fantasy football. They might see us in a picture together.
Right.
But if somebody called me and said, hey, yo, I got a problem with him that's in that picture. That's your man's? I'm going to tell him, no, that's not my man's. I know him from my people's.
Yeah.
But if somebody called and said, hey, I got a problem with the dude